The illegal elbow.
Elbow techniques. This is the elbow. An elbow from here. I'll throw the elbow.
Yeah, the illegal elbows.
All right, people, we're back, man. Illegal Elbow Radio, another exciting episode for you guys, man. This is Brian from Illegal Elbow Radio, Illegal Elbow on Twitter.
And this is Dan from MMA Aftermath on Facebook and Twitter.
There's only a couple I really want to say something about.
Yeah.
I finally got this guy's name down already. Jeez, Mitch Gagnon.
Yeah.
What a fucking, he's French. What a pain in the ass, man. But, I thought the guy looked pretty good, man.
He looked good, dude. And I was going to say that, too. He looked fucking good. You're right. Yeah.
It looked good until it hit the ground, and then it's just, Hannah Barao happened to have that submission ready and pretty much...
And I'll say this right now. Hannah Barao looked pretty shitty on his feet against this guy. This guy was fucking... He tagged Hannah Barao a couple times, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, if Hannah Barao comes in against the fucking Dillashaw like that, like I'm seeing him right now... Yeah. He's going to get knocked the fuck out again. And then, because I don't know if he's gotten to the point where he's had so many fights where we've seen it so many times, or he's not the same fighter. But
after getting beaten like that, some people say, hey, man, you never really get it back. I mean, some people say once you crack, once
he was out there playing,
never come back. But
once he was out there playing soccer with Machida, and Machida was schooling his ass, dude. He didn't even go after the ball, dude. I was just like, I know he played fucking soccer before, but this dude's slow. He looks slow in this fight, too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's the weight cuts or something, but why would the weight cuts all of a sudden right now be a problem? That can't be it. I just think there's a little timidness coming in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which... I totally had him coming back and making a statement against, Gagnon, but, I mean, not even close. I mean, really, to me, it's like, it puts Mitch on the map a little more here, really, in my opinion. It's like the guy looked good. I would say his stand-up looked, better for the sake of who he is and where he's coming from. Each of these guys, they're past. Mitch looked a lot better than Hennon did, I mean, in my opinion. I mean, if you look at it from that standpoint of where these guys were before this fight and where they'd been, you know what I mean? It's Hannah Barao should have came in here looking, I mean, amazing. Should have looked awesome. Good job getting it to the ground and getting the finish. That's cool. You know what I mean? No ragging on him for that, man. Definitely props, but get your stand-up back. Maybe that's why. Maybe he was a little rusty in the stand-up. Maybe he worked on a lot of submissions. Who knows? But
yeah, he might have. But it's all I'm saying is if he goes against a Dillashaw again, I think Dillashaw would dismantle his ass.
Yeah,
it's the way he's looking to me right now. So he could be slow because of weight cut. He could have been sick. He could have been hiding an injury. We don't know nowadays, but he didn't look good to me.
No,
he should have dominated that fucking fight. So. I didn't see domination. You had to take it to the ground. So, but and there was some. They didn't coddle the Brazilian fighters this time. They gave them some game opponents. Like fucking Cummins coming in here against Carlos Jr. Dude, he fucking basically beat the shit out of fucking. I'll give Carlos Jr. props for hanging in there, dude, but. Pat Cummins, man, everybody around his gym and everybody in his corner and his camp and everybody is just singing high praises about this guy and the potential he has because he's got that wrestling base, dude, that solid. I don't see a lot of people,
having an easy time
giving him
with
a problem in the wrestling department, put it that way.
Yeah.
And then when he gets you in a ground and pound situation, if he really perfects that aspect, watch out.
I got to give Antonio Carlos some credit in his leg lock area. He had Pat Cummins kind of freaking out a little bit, here and there. I mean, he was pretty well in control of it, but he had him, proverbial ice, I guess, had him out on the ice worrying about it, you know what I mean? But it was pretty much Pat's game, obviously, once he really was able to, once he got that full mount, it was just ugly and over with. But easy to pull out decision, just kind of ride it out. You know what I mean? Which he's not going to be able to do that every time. He's gonna find himself with a good submission artist, a better submission artist than a guy that's 4-1. But he's still new too. 7-1. It's a great victory for him. So this guy was a fairly game opponent. He looked good, man. So I got dude, big hats off, man. We're going way back down the card here, but I gotta mention this. Tim Means beat the ever-loving hell out of Alexandre. I for some reason I completely lost how to say this guy's damn name, but Alexandre, I'm pretty sure that's how we're saying it, but Marcio Alexandre Jr. I think this guy, in the midway through the fight, had a concussion because Tim Means, you might have seen a shot of this maybe somewhere and didn't realize it was Tim Means. I don't know, but because I know you got to the card later on in the card, but Tim Means basically, when he was timing it to when this dude was going to have his hand off the mat, I know you can have one hand on the mat and they can't knee you in the face. Well, he was timing this just right to where once that dude's hand came off the mat, he was going to land the knee. And you could hear it. Whack! I mean, it was nasty. And they called it, of course. The ref jumped in, and they played it over and over and over, and he got a warning, but I think he timed it just right. It was damn close, but I think he was right. And Tim Means, what a tough dude, man. Tough ass dude. I think this guy's got a nice future ahead of him here. I think this guy's a tough ass dude, man, and he sticks with the right training. I mean, this guy could be the limit, man. I mean, I don't know. I can't say anything bad about him. Everything looked good. He was points here and points there. He was getting some shots landed on him. The Alexandre, I got to give him props too. Some of the striking was really good, but he was susceptible to some nasty shots himself. But I mean, overall, Tim Means, to me, it was just a win-win. You know what I mean? Some people say it was. They say split decision. I don't really buy it. I think he was 29-28 across the board, in my opinion. But it was a damn good fight. I got to give him that. So, but Tim Means is a tough ass dude, man.
Yeah, and you know what? Going up the just before we get to the championship bout here, I just want to make some comments here on Eric Silva. Okay, and we had some discussions beforehand about Eric Silva, them coddling Eric Silva. The kid's got great potential, in my opinion. We both said that. But if he comes against any sort of talented top 10 guy or somebody close to that, a John Fitch can't beat him. Dong Young Kim can't beat him. You think he could beat the immortal Matt Brown?
Nope.
Hell no. But we'll give him props for hanging in there. He could have tapped from the second round on, probably. He got fucking murdered in there. It was a felonious assault in there. But as we're seeing, if you look at his record, okay, he can beat Charlie Brenneman. Then he faces a John Fitz, loses. Okay, well, we'll give him a Jason High. He wins. Okay, Dong Young Kim loses. Well, how about Takanori Sato? He wins. Okay, he's ready for Matt Brown. No. So what? And not only that, to put the icing on the cake, bro, of the coddling that I'm claiming, and people can bitch at me. How many times has this guy fought in Brazil?
Yeah. Damn near almost every time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just he has to hold the record for a UFC fighter to fight the most time in their home country.
Yeah, the most consecutive fights back to back in their own country. Yeah,
you could say, well, America, this and that. Well,
it's also an American.
Probably, they're probably right. But Eric Silva's right up there. Okay.
Yep. For damn sure.
But like I said, man, he's got all kinds of talent. But I want to. Hey, if he's got to lose 3 in a row, it might make him better.
Look at fucking Matt Brown's journey to where he's at right now. You know?
Yeah.
We were at one time, we were saying, Matt Brown, you might come out of one of these losses here with a pink slip in your locker. That's what we were thinking. So,
or at the same time, a losing record. I mean, what was he, 10-9 before he started fucking turning it around? I mean,
yeah, becoming a new fighter.
Fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I want to see some more hefty competition for an Eric Silva, and bring him on the road, man. Bring him on the road to one of these, distant countries. It doesn't necessarily have to be America.
I mean, what has he got, a visa issue or something? I mean, I suppose that could be possible, but we
probably
would have heard about it. We probably would have heard about
Yeah.
it too. You know what I mean? But I don't
But
know.
it plays into the same part of the quality of opponents, his win and loss record. So, and that makes you start thinking automatically. So it's so it's you win against the nobodies and you lose against the somebodies. And I'm not trying to pick on them, but this is something I notice. Anyway,
look at Dollaway Machida, baby.
Yeah, the fucking hype train was on, brother, but the end result was I didn't have Dollaway winning this one.
Oh hell no! I thought maybe Dollaway could be able to maybe throw some strikes with him, trade some shit. But I'm not sure what kind of game plan Dollaway had with this one. But it's just he let Lyoto Machida just go ahead and do what he wanted to do, and it was a mistake. I think maybe if anything, CB Dollaway should have bum rushed him, maybe. Throw some solid strikes, but at the same time, we've seen other people try to do that, and it was like a bad idea. So it's just Lyoto Machida is a whole separate world when it comes to that. What can you do? You know what I mean, against the Lyoto Machida? It's just like it's one of those things. Some guys you could say, hey man, just bum rush his ass, and he's not going to know what to do with it. Lyoto Machida is not a guy that you can do that with, So,
and you know what? Just days after this fight, I guess the prognostication, I guess you could say, is that he is going to fight Rockhold.
Yeah.
Machida versus Rockhold. So,
I mean, a great win over CB Dollaway, fairly, easy win for Machida, really. I mean, really didn't have to do much to get this win. I mean, just a solid kick to the body, and that was it. I mean, I think if he would have ignored the extra shots and just hit him in the body like that and totally Mark hunted it and just said, he's done, he would have been done. I think he wouldn't have got up. He was on the mat for several minutes. Yeah. So after that,
yeah, it was a body knockout. You don't see him a lot, but it was a liver kick. He wrapped it right around the side of his ribs, maybe even a broken rib. I haven't heard the fucking outcome of it.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
But, yeah, it was a patented karate Lyoto Machida kick, and CB Dollaway just let it cut right through. It's like you got to train for this shit, dude. You're gonna check. You got to check it, man. You got to at least check it.
Yeah, do something, man. I mean, which I'm sure he's, I'm sure he had a decent game plan, but I don't think. I mean, this is a huge fight.
I'm just saying, if he would have grazed it, if he would have checked it and grazed it at least, and it still would have hit, it wouldn't have had the same effect than a direct fucking power kick, dude. It's like,
I mean, Dollaway's got to be. There's got to be some nervousness going on because he's in there with the next champion. He's in there with a guy that you can never sleep on. I mean, you just, he's had to have been nervous as hell. You know what I mean? Which I'm not buying him any excuses, man. Because we've seen him in other fights where he's looked great. You know what I mean? But this was a huge ramp up. They were throwing him a bone. I mean, in my opinion, because.
No, you're right. CB Dollaway didn't have anything in his favor. He's in a fucking a hostile fucking crowd. The whole fucking time he's there, he's probably treated like shit. I've heard horror stories of fucking American fighters, over at Brazil.
Oh, right.
I'm not going to say, hey, I'm not going to say fucking it's a bad thing, but that's some of the shit you got to deal with when you're in different countries. The Machida, Gracie's, all those guys from Brazil are treated like Michael Jordan, dude. Like Chicago treats Michael Jordan. So,
Nope.
They're national heroes, so expect to be disrespected. So that's just the way it is. And that being said, yeah, like you said, he had some butterflies and shit like that. But CB Dollaway, if you're an elite guy, you got to check the shit. You know, it's even when fucking Masasi was getting his ass beat, he was at least putting some kind of defense or trying to roll with punches and shit. You know, it's you can't be a statue. You can't have vital parts open for targeting because Lyoto Machida, it doesn't really waste a lot of. He's been known as a guy that has accurate striking and usually doesn't waste many punches. That's his MO. For a while there, when he first came out, I think he led the fucking UFC in significant strikes landed, percentage-wise. So it's like Lyoto Machida is a veteran, and that being said, it's going to take somebody like a Luke Rockhold to maybe unseat a Machida as he climbs his way back up to a title shot, bro.
Yeah, I think I think as much as I like Lyoto Machida and I'm always behind the guy, I think Luke Rockhold is just the guy's so crafty right now. You know, his win over Bisping, I can't really put a shit ton of stock in it, but at the same time, you know, because I mean, if you want to go ahead and do a little bit of math, which nobody likes, but
well, no, we basically know a Bisping ceiling, you know, where his
yeah, no, that's a great way to put it too, man. It's Bisping gets to that 3, 4, 5 area and it's fucking face plant, man. He just can't do it. He can't get in there and mix with those guys. He just can't. That's the ceiling right there, like you said, man. Great way to put it. But I think Luke Rockhold has shown how crafty he is and just how easy it was for him to roll with a Bisping, and and his past fights say a lot too. His win over Fajal. Excuse me here, people, man. This Red's apple ale's going down nicely, but in his past fights, like I said, Fajal. I mean, or no, I'm sorry, I'm saying Fajal, but which they probably did have a past fight. But I'm thinking of Souza. Ronaldo Souza. What the hell's his damn name? Jacare, that's right. Okay, yeah. But I mean, those past fights like that, where it's with top competition of today. It's which a lot of these guys are recreated, kind of rededicated, shit like that. But I mean, Luke Rockhold's got a great resume, man, with people that are of today and people of all over the place, basically, man. And I just think he's going to be able to get crafty with a Lyoto Machida, probably take some shots himself, but he's great on the ground. He's great in stand-up, and it's just, I think, even if it's a decision, I think Lyoto Machida is probably doesn't fare well when it comes to decisions. You know what I mean? Really, he doesn't. So he would have to get crafty in later rounds, like a 4th and a 5th, really just take it to him. He would have to, because with his style, that counter type style, to where he's counter shot and everything you're doing, it doesn't bode well for significant strikes landed or just point striking. It doesn't bode well. So I see a lot Rockhold with already a better shot right there alone. So that's already detrimental right there. So. But the makings of a sick ass fight. Hell yes. I mean,
oh yeah, dude. It's one that you chop on the bit, dude. If it was officially announced, it's like, because Rockhold looks fucking damn good, dude. Okay,
he does.
Rockhold, but then again, you're like, okay, fucking both guys are probably it's CB Dollaway and Michael Bisping next. Put it that way.
I wouldn't have a problem with that, man. I kind of like that idea, really.
They're
both coming off losses. That makes total sense, dude. Yeah. I think that's great.
Yeah, and it's like, and then we got fucking Machida and fucking.
I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. Do you imagine the trash talk with CB Dollaway and Michael Bisping?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna go on fucking Bisping's fucking shit, dude, tonight too, and I'm gonna fucking hype this shit. Watch.
I
talk shit. I'm gonna be like, I bet you Dollaway'd whip your ass. He probably wouldn't even get to him, fucking all the shit he gets on there. But
Yeah.
I would like to see it.
I think that would be a cool fight, though. Yeah, that could have the makings of a great fight, man. I mean, Dollaway, I don't think is going to be nearly as intimidated, whatever you want to call it. Maybe he wasn't intimidated at all. I don't know, but I'm saying there's probably some butterflies going in there because it's ex-champion, and nobody's got a perfect game plan for this guy. Nobody does.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, there had to be a lot riding on it, but I don't know, man. If you want to cap it off, brother, man, let's
man.
bust out of here, man.
Now, it was a decent night in Brazil. You know, get some good fights, some action-packed fights. Good night for Brazil, man. That being said, man, steadfast.
Thank God, beer, people.
Mom, I'm getting real frustrated here, you know. I want to listen to my Illegal Elbow Show podcasts and stuff, and I can't. I go here, they redirect me here to the Spreaker app. I want something more convenient. This is not fair. I want to listen to this when I want to listen to it.
Hang on, Mom. All right, I got this one. All right, look, buddy. No big deal, all right? What you do, you head over to your Google Play Store. And then what you do is you search Illegal Elbow, all one word, no spaces. Voila! You got your app right there, man. You can check out every Illegal Elbow show, Illegal Elbow MMA show.
You hear that, Ma? All of them.
It's so easy to do. Packed with information on us, you know, how to contact us. Go to our home pages, our Facebook pages, our Twitters, all that good stuff, man. So it's a great app. So go check it out, comment on it, rate it. That's another thing we want, man, is give us a rating on that app, what you think of it. So,
you hear that, Ma? You hear that, Ma? One word, Illegal Elbow. Type it in right now, Google Play Store.
Kids all hyped up, man, and you should be too, people. Go over, Google Play Store, check it out, man. Thanks a lot, guys.